A cosmic journey from Earth to the edge of the universe. Earth, our tiny island in space. Have you ever gazed up at the night sky and felt both at home and incredibly small? That's the feeling we get when we think of Earth in the grand scheme of things. From space, our planet looks like a pale blue marble swirled with clouds and oceans. A tiny, fragile world adrift in the vast cosmic ocean. All of human history, every city, ocean, forest, and desert is packed into that one small sphere. In photographs taken by astronauts, Earth appears so tiny that continents blur into blue-green patches and golden city lights form delicate webs on the dark side. It's humbling to realize that this speck of life and story is our whole world. Bay. Beyond Earth, the moon and our nearest neighbors. Looking beyond Earth, the moon, our nearest neighbor, looms next. We've actually sent spacecraft and people there, about 240,000 miles away. Standing on the moon, as astronauts once did, Earth looks like a vibrant marble rising over a gray horizon. Those famous Apollo Earthrise photos capture our world as a glowing orb hanging in the black sky. Even closer to home, dozens of satellites and the International Space Station orbit Earth, giving us stunning live views. These nearby travelers show us that stepping just a bit into space makes our planet look even more delicate and unified. It reminds us, if we were to leave Earth's glow, we'd see a pale dot in the darkness carrying all of us. The solar system, our sun's family. Zooming out further, our sun's family comes into view. The sun is a medium-sized star, about 100 times wider than Earth, and 8 major planets circle around it. In order outward from the sun, the planets form a cosmic family. Mercury, a small cratered world closest to the sun. It's hot and rocky, kind of like a scorched gray marble. Think a world with no air and baking in the sun's heat. Venus, similar in size to Earth, but shrouded in thick clouds. Its atmosphere traps heat in a runaway greenhouse effect, making it the hottest planet. Picture a bright, smooth world enveloped in swirling yellowish clouds. Earth, our home, the only planet we know with liquid water and life. It's the Goldilocks planet. Not too hot and not too cold, with blue oceans and green land. Our world is special for its diverse life and vibrant climate. Jupiter, a gigantic gas giant, more than 1,000 times the mass of Earth. Jupiter is like the cosmic heavyweight, striped bands of clouds, the great red spot storm swirling for centuries, and at least 79 moons. Its gravity helps shield us by catching or deflecting comets. Saturn, famous for its beautiful rings of ice and rock. Saturn is another gas giant, a bit smaller than Jupiter, but still enormous. Picture pale golden clouds and wide gleaming rings. It has dozens of moons of its own. Uranus, an icy giant tipped on its side, with a blue-green color from methane gas. It's a cold, distant planet rolling around the sun like a tilted spinning top. Neptune, the farthest gas giant, deep blue and very windy. It has the strongest winds in the solar system. Neptune is a mystery world at the edge, circling the sun once every 165 Earth years. Pluto, once called the 9th planet, now we call it a dwarf planet. Pluto is a small, icy world in the Kuiper Belt beyond Neptune. It's cold, far and lonely, with a heart-shaped glacier on its surface. Beyond Neptune lies the Kuiper Belt and the hypothetical Oort Cloud, filled with icy comets and dwarf planets. If we imagine flying past Neptune, we'd enter this outer frontier of frozen rock and ice. Comets orbit far out here, and once in a while, one swings in toward the sun, giving us glowing tails. The solar system's farthest reaches, thousands of times beyond Earth's distance from the sun, form a kind of bubble around us where the sun's gravity is weak. The Milky Way, our galactic home. If we step back even further, our whole solar system becomes a single dot nestled in a much larger neighborhood, the Milky Way galaxy. The Milky Way is a vast, spiral-shaped collection of stars, our galactic home. It looks like a giant pinwheel or a frisbee floating in space, about 100,000 light-years across. A light-year is the distance light travels in 1 year, nearly 6 trillion miles. From our inside perspective, at night we see the Milky Way as a hazy milky band stretching across the sky. That band is billions of distant stars blended together. Our Sun and Earth orbits roughly 27,000 light-years from the galactic center, in a region called the Orion Arm. Inside the Milky Way, there are an enormous number of stars, roughly a few hundred billion. Think about that. The night sky holds thousands of stars to the naked eye, but only a tiny fraction of all the stars. Each of those stars could have its own planets. The galaxy has swirling spiral arms of gas and dust where new stars are born, and a supermassive black hole at its center, which we zoom around once every couple 100 million years. In cosmic terms, our galaxy is like a giant island of stars, and we live near its edge on one of those islands, the local group, neighbors in space. Our Milky Way isn't alone. We are part of a small gathering of galaxies called the local group, which stretches about 10 million light-years across. Imagine, the two big siblings in this group are the Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy, also known as M31, a spiral galaxy much like ours, about 2.5 million light-years away. That's still so far that light takes about 2.5 million years to get here from Andromeda. The third largest is the Triangulum Galaxy, M33. Around them swirl around 30 or more smaller satellite galaxies, like the Large and Small Magellanic Clouds near the Milky Way. Imagine, you can think of the local group like a small neighborhood of nearby galaxies. Over billions of years, these neighbors even interact. For example, the Milky Way and Andromeda are heading toward each other and will eventually collide in a few billion years, blending into a single larger galaxy. But for now, we see each other as distant islands of stars in the cosmic sea. Looking at Andromeda in the sky, it appears as a faint smudge with the naked eye from a dark site. We're seeing light that left that galaxy long before there were humans on Earth, a reminder of the vast times involved. Our supercluster, Laniakea, the cosmic city, stepping back farther, the local group, and dozens of other galaxy groups and clusters, clumped together in an even larger structure called our supercluster. Astronomers have given our supercluster the name Laniakea, a Hawaiian word meaning immense heaven. It spans a staggering 520 million light-years and contains hundreds of thousands of galaxies. You can imagine Laniakea like a cosmic city or city complex. Many galaxy clusters, like the Virgo cluster, about 65 million light-years away, which itself has some 2,000 galaxies, imagine, are all linked by gravity into one huge structure. In this cosmic city, each galaxy is like a towering building. Our Milky Way and Andromeda reside in a suburb of this city, the Virgo supercluster part of Laniakea, N. All these galaxies are also moving slowly toward regions of greater gravity, towards something called the Great Attractor. The scale is mind-boggling. On human city scales, if each galaxy were a skyscraper, our entire local group would be one neighborhood in a metropolis stretching hundreds of miles, filled with countless others. Even though these galaxies are far apart, they are bound together by the universe's large-scale structure. The observable universe, the cosmic web beyond. Finally, zoom all the way out to the observable universe. Beyond our supercluster are billions of other galaxy superclusters, making up a vast cosmic web. Thanks to powerful telescopes, astronomers have learned there may be on the order of 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe science. That means each galaxy, like the Milky Way, with its hundreds of billions of stars, is just one of an almost inconceivable number of islands. Imagine every grain of sand on all the world's beaches, and still, that's probably fewer than the stars in the observable universe. Space on the largest scales is web-like. Galaxies form filaments and walls separated by empty voids. Light from the farthest edges has taken almost 14 billion years to reach us, so we're seeing those galaxies as they were billions of years ago. The universe itself began about 13.8 billion years ago in the Big Bang, and space has been expanding ever since. Even with expansion, light from the most distant galaxies is still reaching us, so the observable edge is about 46 billion light-years in every direction. Beyond that, we simply can't see and may never know what lies out there. Reflection, the wonder of it all, looking back on our journey from our street view on Earth all the way out to the huge cosmos, leaves us with a sense of wonder and humility. We started on a tiny, pale dot in the sky and ended up amidst a universe so vast that it's almost impossible to wrap our minds around it. Yet all of us live on that tiny dot. Every person, every creature, every memory and dream exists here. In all that immensity, Earth is unique as far as we know. This perspective is both humbling and inspiring. It reminds us that despite our differences, we share one small home, drifting in the dark. The universe's grandeur can make us feel small, but it also connects us. We are literally made of star stuff, built from the same atoms forged in earlier generations of stars. Knowing how special our planet is, we can feel even more grateful for its life and beauty. When you next look up at the stars, remember, we're part of something much bigger, and that cosmic view can fill our lives with awe.